Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, chat monitors, for your help. I appreciate it. Today is Tuesday. Those of you who are still doing the shuffle, hang in there. Friday's around the corner. Hi Gloria C. and Angie Schaefer, Loretta Shuenzi, Maxine Ladouceur, Patricia Epperson, thank you for hyping my videos, and everyone else who have hyped my videos. I appreciate it. Okay, I was watching TV because I think it was yesterday. I predicted that behind the scenes, Europeans are doing everything they can to put an end to this war because it's not in anybody's best interest. And also I mentioned the German Chancellor, I believe. Oh yes, I mentioned him because he was talking about some people were bashing America. And he says, well, those are, America is our friend, something like that. I'm paraphrasing. And, friends don't do that to friends, something to that effect. And to my surprise this morning, I saw Trump and him speaking. They are speaking right now as we speak in the Oval Office. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because I feel intuitively Trump is not doing very well. We'll talk about health in a second, okay? This is not what he expected. In his fantasy world, his bubble that he lives in, he thought that the Iranians were going to fold after the first few bombs because him and Israel, they basically did some major damage. But he did not think that many people from Iran protesting and all kinds of stuff when it comes to their leader. And also, according to what I hear, I did not know that, the mullah, I don't know if mullah is the right term to use for him, he's probably higher, I'm not sure. But in any event, killing Khomeini is like killing the Pope in the Catholic Church. I didn't know that. So protest is erupting not only in Iran and intuitively I feel Trump has put us in a weaker situation than he was anticipating. And also with all those different fires, people protesting, and I believe in Karachi, a group of people broke into our embassy, and the Marines or people had to open fire in order for them to push them away and the like. Intuitively, I feel these things are going to continue. And Trump, because of his arrogance, opened the door that, of course, he's so powerful, he goes out and do stupid things, and now it's too much. And intuitively, I feel the German Chancellor and our NATO partners, they recognize that. And the German Chancellor is not, I don't know if this was scheduled before, if they were supposed to meet, but intuitively I feel the major reason for the visit is the war and how to go about ending it. I mentioned it yesterday, there was negotiation, that's what I was picking up intuitively. Okay, it feels like to me he's made contact with some people in Iran. And unfortunately for us and for the world, Iran is going to use every pressure point they can to cause maximum pain, not only to us, but to the rest of the world, they don't care. I mean, guys, I have no, problem with what happened to the Ayatollah because they've killed. I remember, all I have to do is go back to that truck bomb that happened, I believe it was in Beirut, killing over 150 or 200 Marines, okay? Among other things, it was those guys. So I am not, that the Ayatollah doesn't get any sympathies from me. But Trump messed up because of his arrogance. And he's not only putting us, but the rest of the world in a very bad situation. It's not the first time, but this one is an epic mistake because, and it's been said on TV as well, Iranians are not stupid, they're very bright people. And like I said, I believe it was Saturday, I said they've been planning for this day for a long time. And my friends, they've been studying and gathering information about all our weak points. And we have an open society. Right now, they know, okay, how Trump is perceived in this country, and they have an idea of where this is going to go if Trump doesn't back out anytime soon, within the next week or so. And I told you guys they were going to conduct an asymmetric war. That's what they are doing. They are attacking all different countries all over the Middle East. They're going to try to cause maximum pain for everybody. And something psychologically, they can't fight us. But psychologically, they're going to have the upper hand on Trump. And in return, it's not going to be good for us. But something, I can't argue for Trump. And totally, I feel watch him back down. Remember how, guys, I said once he notices things are not going his way, he's going to back down? Watch that. I mean, the German chancellor and everything else, they're going to try to give him, one of those things, a lip balm. You know what I mean? You can dab your lips, if it gets dry, keep this as a token, we want peace. So you can go and say, oh, they gave me, a lip balm. They love me very much. Yeah. So that they're going to expect somebody to do something like that in order for him to be able to go and say he won. Okay. But I feel our European partners are doing everything they can to end this war because it's not in anybody's best interest or interest, period. And the market is thinking today, fuel prices are skyrocketing, which is nothing new for anyone who's an expert. Mostly after, oh my God, I'm hoping we don't have another 1973. Those of you who are old enough to remember, not 70, was it 73? Remember, guys, when we used to have, no, it was 73, probably later in the 70s. It was later in the 70s because I was in college. I think I was in college then. I think. Those gas lines, because according to what I hear, that port, okay, where most ships go to Europe and come here and all kinds of stuff, it's closed. So, and totally, I feel they're going to use that leverage, economic. They're going to continue, Iranians are, that is, they're going to continue to attack everyone and everything they can. They, even if, and it was on Rachel Maddow last night, she was talking about they are experts at assassinating people throughout the world. even if they don't succeed in doing it and killing anybody, and to whatever I feel, they are going to play on our minds. You know why? The angrier, the scarier they get us, the angrier we're going to get at Trump. They want to topple him. Yes, they're making him look bad. Trump looks like, oh my God. I don't want to say the word, but you guys can imagine. Worse than that. Okay? And also, not that people had any respect for him. I'm talking about world leaders. Right now, he's really looking dumb. And that's why he goes on a rant last night about liberals and they don't care about America, they are unpatriotic, all that kind of stuff. It is because he's beginning to realize, or has realized, he's not looking very good. The military is not happy with him. Okay? We lost 6 Americans, and we probably lose more people. Okay? He doesn't know what to do. And the Iranians can't last very long. Yes, they probably have tons of drones. Okay? But all that has to be done, well, I'm not a military expert, but anybody with common sense will figure it out. Satellites are watching where those drones are coming from or exiting wherever the underground storage is. Block it. Missile launchers, whatever they have, destroy them. So they can't last very long. I'd be surprised if they last another 2 weeks. If the war was to go that long. I don't think so, because Europe is working feverishly behind the scenes to end this before it reaches, a critical point. I feel, keep fingers crossed, they will succeed. They're going to give Trump one of those things to hold on to. Maybe they'll give him a banky. So you can show to everybody. I got a banky. I am big. I'm famous. I'm a strong man. Yeah. But he has lost face, and he's having a lot of difficulties admitting it, that he screwed up, and he doesn't know what to do. And if you notice, everybody in his government, they all have a different explanation as to what were they trying to accomplish, what's the goal, what's the end game, where is this going. They each give you a different answer because they don't know. And with him in the middle, he changes his mind every second anyway. So, and to whatever I feel, Trump is going to have to give in because he knows, regardless of what he's saying, okay, it's all a facade. He wants to project strength. The guy is a weakling. All right? But they're going to try to make him feel good. They'll give him a banky so he can go away. But he's having major difficulties. They are afraid. They don't know how Americans are going to react. And I can predict for him. Not happy, they're going to demand his removal. That's my prediction. And yesterday I said something the administration has done. And I explained to you how I was getting it. It's more or less him. I feel he's the one who's done. He gave a news conference yesterday. I'm sure you guys saw it with that rash. Do you guys remember? I said, before I call something like that a rash. I'm going to call it a sore. Maybe it's because, I'm an immigrant. Sore will come to mind before rash, before I say rash, okay? Do you guys remember? I don't remember exactly when I said it. Maybe a month or a couple of months ago, I said, this guy has some sores in his legs. You know what I think? That thing, I don't feel his neck is the only place he has it. I just wanted to put that out there to remind you guys I predicted this. Okay? But this rash is not very good. Intuitively, before that, I didn't know. But something major is happening behind the scenes with his health, obviously. And also, did you guys notice the low energy he was reading, whatever was written for him from the teleprompter? Okay? Something is up. I know this morning, and one of you asked me, what I was going to say is, I know this morning I saw him talking to the German Chancellor. He looks like he's up. Like, let's go, I'm ready to go, but he's going to crash within a couple of hours. The other thing is, one of you asked me, or maybe a few people asked me, is he on drugs, or do they give him some kind of upper? Intuitively, I feel like saying yes. There's something he takes that help him, that boosts his energy level. Okay? But intuitively, I feel like saying, and I did predict he's going to decline. His declination, mental and physical, will accelerate over the past few months, and that's what we're witnessing. This doesn't look good. That's what I meant yesterday by what I said. This thing is ending. Because sometimes, when you do this, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to speak for myself because I can't speak for the psychics. You say things sometimes and you're like, oh God, should I have said that? I did something this morning. Let me give you an example. People ask you, it's a little different from this, but it applies. I went someplace this morning, and the person didn't mean anything bad, but there were about 4 or 5 people there. They told him about me. No, there wasn't 1, 2, maybe 3 people there. And the person who said, well, I heard you are an intuitive. Tell me something about me. Yeah, tell me what the future holds. Wrong thing to do. And I wasn't thinking, because I was thinking about something else, that I had to get done. I'm not going to be more precise than that. But the point is, I told the person something I feel that was very sensitive, but it's because I wasn't thinking. I didn't expect. I don't think they were trying to challenge me because the other people knew who I was and what I can do, but he didn't know. I think, and I said about 4 things. And the other people who know me were like, they were laughing. And I think the person was surprised and got a little bit scared. Okay? So the reason why I'm giving that example is because sometimes you say things, you don't know why you say them, because that's what you're getting. And I made those predictions about that sore. To me, did I call it a sore? Or no, I'll call it sore before a rash. I had to get my stuff straight here, sorry. Yeah, I said he had a sore or sores in his legs. And it seemed like to me he has it throughout his body. So when you say things, just like I was talking to this person after I said that, I'm like, did I do the right thing? Maybe I should have thought before I say certain things, but you can't. It's the same thing when I say things here. After I say it, I'm like, oh my God, but it came out already. So, but the point is, this so-called president has put our country in a very bad situation. And intuitively, I feel Iran is going to make certain demands, and it feels like to me, to get out, he's going to act quietly, the way he usually does. He can't admit to the world, I'm human, I'm sick, I have a problem. If you know something that can help me heal whatever it is, please let me know. Yes, I have the best, doctors around me and everything and the best at my disposal. But if you know something that can help me, please tell me. Just be human. No, he's got to lie. I'm Superman. I am above human beings. It's backfiring, my friends. And I feel like saying in the not too distant future, he's no longer going to be able to deny what's wrong with him. And also, Iran is going to get the best of him. It's not because they are stronger. They've been preparing for a very long time. And I said that Saturday, I think. I said the notion that, they can't fight us. They know that. But, it's like, your cat. I should not compare that with the cat, but you get your cat pissed off and start biting you, or there's a cat, you think the cat is, if the cat is not used to people, okay, and you try to kitty, and they turn on you. Any animals will do that, but since I was playing with the cats outside this morning, that came to mind. It's the same thing, okay. This guy, he put us in a very weak position, the country, and it's not good, and he knows it, regardless whether he wants to admit it or not. And but we will get out of this. I would be surprised if it lasts another 2 weeks, because everyone, except for Putin and China, okay, want this to end. And their effort to end it will prevail. That's my prediction. But expect us. We don't have a strong hand anymore. And however bad the Iranian leadership, not the people, are, they outsmarted Trump and the people around him. That's basically what's happening. But hang in there, my friends. Our NATO buddies are helping us, and they're not doing it for Trump. They're doing it for all of us, including them. Because without us and having a good leader like Clinton, Obama, Biden, those guys were in the best interest of this country. Bush, they say he wasn't very bright, but he messed up. But he had the best of this country in mind, him and his dad. I don't want to leave Republicans out. We have, at least those guys had our country in mind. Trump doesn't. Mike Johnson does not. And most Republicans, it's all about themselves. Let's see what kind of gift the next election bring them, and other cycles after that. Like I predicted a few years ago. Bye-bye. And yes, they're going to continue trying to steal, cheat, and everything to win. I don't feel it's going to help them. That's my prediction. Okay, yikes. Oh, let me make sure did I cover everything? I forgot to write hang on a second. I don't remember everything on they remove the title of the videos. But anyway, it's okay. I'll answer some questions because there's a lot more I can talk about, but I don't want to go and start. Oh yes, I think I mentioned his health is deteriorating, my friends. That's basically what I wanted to make sure, because it's obvious with that rash that there's more to it. Craig Dixon says Trump's just turning black into the creature from Malago. Celtics here says we have to help each other during these trying times. Okay. I'm looking for questions. Remember, Pasquale says, what a terrible era. What a terrible era in which idiots govern the blind. Yes, by Shakespeare. Palantir, Celtics here says, Palantir and Oracle are still up on the stock market. Yes, because Palantir has some major contract with the government. According to what I heard this morning, government contractors are doing very well. So I'm not surprised. Okay. Love 129 says, the rash is from shaking his neck instead of his hands. Well, I don't know. You never know, baby. All right. Bentel says Bush Jr. did not have America's best interest at heart when he claimed Iraq had weapons of mass destruction and got us into that war. I don't know. I'm not sure. Girlfriend says, is Kash Patel closer to the chopping block from his FBI firings? I wish, but like I've said before, these people are still around because Trump is not going to find anyone else that's going to put themselves on the line like this guy, Norm, Bundy, all those people. It's very hard to replace them. It's not because they know anything, they're smarter than everyone else, or they're experts at anything. Well, they're expert at something, being stupid. But these people are basically are irreplaceable for that reason. Because if you want to work for Trump, you gotta be willing to destroy yourself for him. And look at Cohen. Lately, I have not seen him on YouTube. I don't know if it's because, I didn't watch him all that often. I wanted to watch him. I watched him a couple of times, but I didn't watch him that often. Maybe that's why the algorithm took him away from my feed. But he went to prison. He basically self-destruct, tried to come back, and he had to, get back on the Iraq again because he's afraid of Trump will probably send somebody after him, jail him again. So that's why he had to basically run away. Reed Debster says, do you think Trump could be an antichrist? No, he's just dumb. Sorry. He's not an antichrist. The guy is just, if you didn't know Trump when he was in New York, some of the stuff he used to do, he hasn't changed. Everything he used to do in the 70s, he's still doing them today. In fact, I'm not quite sure if it's Rachel Maddow, okay? That was talking I forget all about that. The way he was trying to jump. He bought, there was something with football, okay? I remember that, but I don't remember all the details, okay? He was trying to compete with the association that was there before, and he started threatening them, just bullying them, just like he's trying to do today, until they called him out on it. They went to court or something. They won. But he was trying to bluff and bully his way. The same thing he's doing today. He thinks he can do it to the Iranians. They are, unfortunately, I'm not saying all Iranians, But a lot of them, they believe they're going to go see Allah and all that kind of stuff. And they're not afraid, though. They feel if they sacrifice themselves, they'll go to paradise. And therefore, they're not afraid to die. But Trump is. And I think I'm doing work on myself, so I won't be afraid when my time comes, if I'm aware of it. Okay. But who wants to go? But they don't mind. I'm not saying all Iranians. There are some, I know a lot of great Iranian people. Okay, I'm not saying all of them. I want to make that clear. But there are a lot of them. So, well, throughout the Muslim world, they will take you out for their religion and their religious leaders. So, but let's keep our fingers crossed, my friends. No, he's not an antichrist. He's just not very bright. And the guys, guess what? It seems like lately, more and more people are saying that he's ignorant. In fact, Sunday on MSNBC, I believe his last name is Beinhardt. He's a teacher at some major university, and he was talking about how unsophisticated Trump is. And that's exactly the problem. But my guy doesn't realize that. Sheesh. But no, my friend, he's not antichrist. He's just not very bright. Sorry. All those presidents that came before him, why didn't they attack Iran? They know Iran cannot fight us, but the devastation Iran is causing right now is the problem. And guess what? You can't nuke them. That's the other problem. So the former presidents who had the opportunity and they never took it, they had good reasons. And Trump is calling them cowards and stupid. They didn't do anything, but he's doing something about it. Yes. And today he's eating his words. The market is tanking. Oh God. And the worst part, the Iranians know about it. They know his pressure points. Tank the economy, tank the market, among other things, you're golden. He's proving them, they know what to do, and they know how they can get their way with them. Okay, let's see. Isabel Caputo says, Nostradamus said the third Antichrist would come from within. Okay. Within America or someplace else? I'm sorry. I know who Nostradamus is, but I'm not familiar with all his predictions. Okay. Celtics here says, Milou, when do you see the AI bubble burst? I don't feel it's going to be this year. Probably the next year or so. Okay. Because people are still trying to assess the capabilities of this application. It's pretty powerful. It's pretty good. I'm using it. Oh my God. As far as research, compiling information, oh Lord, it does an amazing job. Okay. But beyond that, it is somewhat limited. It can, if you can describe a problem and tell it how to go about, and ask it how to go about solving it, it will do it, yeah. It will write programs for you, computer programs, all kinds of stuff. But it's still not where people would like, or people are expecting it to be, and once they realize that, the market can tank, meaning the bubble will burst. Because right now they're raising so much money, it's unbelievable. Okay. Colfern says, is Nancy Mace in trouble with new investigation? She tried to profit from congressional program. Yeah, she's been in trouble. She stays in trouble, from what I understand. Omar said she drinks like a sieve. Oh my God. All right. Mario Elizander says Trump is Bartlett's last father. No, the guy is done. He's fried. Celtic here says AI is very good at summarizing, yes. But the rest, you really need to review it. Needs more retraining, yes. But it takes a long time to retrain it and all those things. But otherwise, it's really good. Yes, Martin H says MTG cursed Trump out on the Megyn Kelly show yesterday. Oh my. I didn't know about that, but I know she's been on his case. Oh my God, like you wouldn't believe. Okay. Have a nice day, Martin H. I think somebody asked me a question about trans people. Yes, laws protecting trans people, absolutely, but not during this presidency, my friend. There is going to be resolution and help for trans people, but it's going to be after the Trump era, not now. Okay? Somebody says, I thought the United States pulled out of NATO. No, Trump is trying or has, well, I don't think he's going to continue trying because it's not working very well for him. And now NATO is trying to help him out of the mess he created for us. Yeah. And also, this is a very important question. There are now rumors that incinerators are being installed in the detention camps. I don't think so. Americans don't want those things built in their neighborhoods to begin with. And if this was true, and truly, I'll tell you, I don't feel it's true. There are a lot of people out there that are spreading lies and propagandas. We can't believe them. Okay? So Americans, there's no way that was going to happen. And someone else asked me, could you check what is going on with Mexico's President Sheinbaum? I think she's fine. I'm not getting any illness. President of Mexico with all those gangs running around, well-armed. It's a tough job because she's had some major issues the past week or two after the killing of that drug dealer and leader, okay, that gang leader. So I don't feel it seems like someone was inferring fear from her part. I don't think so. Well, first of all, she has very good security, okay, and it's more than one intelligence agency looking out for that woman, trust me, okay. It's very hard to get to her. And she's tough. She knows what she's doing. That's my prediction. That's my answer. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for spending time with me. Thank you, chat managers, for your help. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilou.com, or please feel free to call me or text me on my YouTube number. If you like the channel, please subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And also don't forget to tap on the notification bell. Please give me a thumbs up. That would help me a lot. Thank you very much, everyone, for your support. I appreciate it. Tay says, thanks for giving us some peace of mind on these chaotic times. You're very welcome. Yes, it's frightening. Oh, my God. Okay, everyone, I'll see you tomorrow unless something major happens later. Till then, bye.